Welcome to another video. Today we're going to actually do some transplanting. So the seedlings you saw in the previous video, I'm going to go ahead and transplant some of them today. So you see I was removing some dead weeds, and if you want to go the natural route, more organic route for some people, weed control, you can use vinegar with hot water. Some people put salt, but if you do use vinegar, I find that the one for cleaning is more effective. So if you want to go that route, you go that route. If not, some people use store-bought chemicals. It's all up to preference. But for that one there, I just use some vinegar and hot water, and that seemed to work. So what I'm doing here is, well, this, you see some topsoil I bought from a local dealer. They sell topsoils, rocks, a whole bunch of stuff. So I find that this is a lot much affordable than buying the topsoil from like the hardware stores. You get more bang for your buck, if you will. So I did buy enough where I could overpack these bins, because I know I wanted to buy some smaller bins for like vegetables and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing right here. So before I transplant, I'm removing some of the soil in that smaller bin. That bin, I might put some callaloo in that bin. So I'm still deciding on what to put there. So it might be some callaloo. So right now I'm just preparing the soil, pulverizing the soil, making it easier to transplant, for aeration and for watering. You want to make sure that the soil that's going to be around the roots when you transplant them is kind of loose. You don't want them to be tight around the roots. So you want them to be loose. So earlier I mentioned about true leaves. If you look at that leaf right there, it's different from the one closer to the base of the plant. That's your true leaf. And the smooth ones are called the seed leaves. So as soon as some people will transplant with 2 pairs. I think we're good enough here to transplant with just 1 pair of true leaves. And the purpose of this is because that's the leaf that's gonna actually partake in photosynthesis. That's the leaf that's gonna give the plant food. The seed leaves really doesn't are for that. So that's the purpose of the true leaf. They will capture the sunlight and they will start making food for the plant. So that's the purpose of that. That's why you want to transplant when you see those leaves. So this is my son here, putting one down. Planting distance for tomatoes. If you're planting determinate variety, which is what I have here, you want to make sure when you go buy your tomato seeds, it says determinate. You do not want indeterminate. So indeterminate varieties are the one that grows on like vines. They grow very long. They're mostly used in greenhouses. If you're doing just your backyard garden, you need determinate. So these are much smaller variety. And the planting distance for these, you can plant them 12 inches. Some people will tell you 18 inches to 2 feet. With these, you can get away with 12 inches. As long as you do your pruning. Here, so when we transplanted, it started to rain a little bit the night before. So I didn't water them, as you can see, and they weren't covered. So you don't want to make this mistake. I assumed that it was going to rain because it started to give us some light showers, but it didn't rain. And then next morning the sun came up and then they're wilting. So this is one of the issues you can run in. So I did get some branch from, you see earlier, just to cover them from the day sun. You don't want to water them now. If you didn't water them the night before, like I didn't water them. You don't want to water them now in the sun. That causes more damage. So you just want to give them a shade like this. And as soon as the sun goes down and the soil is cool, you want to give them some water and they will come back. They're more resilient than, people want to believe. And as in a couple days, I will, show you another video of how they're doing. So give them a little bit of shade, water them, and just let them ride it out. They will bounce back way better than you think. Yeah, so this here is a sprinkler I put in because I know I was gonna, keep these beds here. So I put the sprinkler there, but I might just add another piece from there and bring it from that side so it waters this direction, so we can cover. If you don't have a sprinkler system, yeah, so you can use your garden hose. If that can be time consuming, if you have errands to go run. So if that's an issue, you can recycle water bottles, soda bottles. You bore a small hole on the top, or you just unscrew the top just a little bit so the water drips, and that works and is very effective. To be honest, that's a method I used in the past. So for those who don't have sprinkler system or don't have the time to walk and water all their plants, that's another method that you can use. So I'll do a video. It's self-explanatory, but I'll do a video on